So how many of you are already from design background? I would like to know. Okay, Aishwarya. Rupesh.
Not a
Someone.
designer, but interested.
But interested. Cool,
Yes,
cool.
I'm pursuing MCA from Nadiad, Gujarat.
Okay, okay. Shashikant, are you already working as a designer? You're on mute, by the way. Yeah.
Now audible?
Yeah, I'm asking, are you already working as a designer?
Yes, currently I'm working as a lead product designer in
Okay.
UNIT Park, Pune. I'm from Pune, Maharashtra.
Mm-hmm.
And I have total around 7 years of experience in graphic and UI UX design.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I'm having dinner now.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. No problem. I'm continuing here.
Yeah, sure, sure. Rupesh,
I think Sanika is also from design. Aishwarya is
Aishwarya is
based
also from design. Aishwarya, are you working as a designer?
Hey, hi Kuldeep, hi Rohin. Hello everyone. Yes, like I am a visual graphic designer and a UI UX designer. I have over 8 years of experience in this field.
Oh, really good to hear. We have a lot of experienced people.
Yeah.
It would be very interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Sanika.
Hi, I'm a UI/UX designer. I passed out 2 years ago, almost, and I'm currently working. I
Okay.
was working with a company in the US, I was working from home, but now I'm in search of a job right now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Cool. So I think it's about time we should get started.
Sir, can I ask a question, sir?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Sir, I having a doubt, sir. Can you comfortable with Hindi?
हाँ, Hindi, English. I'm comfortable with both. Yeah, I
Sir,
don't know
yeah.
Gujarati though.
क्या सर?
I don't know Gujarati though, but yeah, Hindi, English
कोई
is
बात
fine.
नहीं, मैं सिखा दूंगा.
Yeah, please tell
सर,
me.
मैं अभी एमसीए कर रहा हूँ. राइट, मुझे कोडिंग में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, बट मुझे डिजाइनिंग में बहुत इंटरेस्ट है. राइट, मैंने ग्राफिक का कंप्लीट कर दिया है, ग्राफिक में कोरल ड्रॉ का वर्जन, और अभी मैं फिग्मा भी थोड़ा लर्न किया है मैंने खुद से. तो उसमें थोड़ा क्या वो लैंडिंग पेज है वो सब थोड़ा थोड़ा बनाता हूँ, बट क्या वो टाइम के लिए मुझे वो थोड़ा एडजस्ट नहीं होता है. तो क्या करूँ वो समझ में नहीं आता है, और आगे मुझे यही फील्ड में जाना है, यूआई यूएक्स में.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I'm also an engineer. I also did not have any interest in engineering, but I had to do it because my parents forced me. But that's okay, right? That's okay. Everybody has the same story, whoever is turning into a designer nowadays. So yeah, man, you can learn. Like I have learned. So it's same with us, right? You're doing MCA, I did only BTech. So you have a much mature mind, right?
देखा जाए तो बीटेक की वैल्यू ज्यादा है.
No, it's same. Once you move into design, no value at all. You'll have to create your own value from scratch, actually. Okay, so yeah, no worries. You can move into design. Just that you need to keep up with a lot of things.
ओके सर, अभी प्लेसमेंट का आएगा तो समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. कोडिंग तो मुझे आता नहीं है, राइट. तो मुझे डिजाइनिंग में इंटरेस्ट है, तो मैं क्या करूंगा वो समझ. एक्सपीरियंस भी नहीं है, पोर्टफोलियो भी नहीं है. डिजाइन तो बने है, बट पोर्टफोलियो बनाना भी नहीं आता है मुझे.
ठीक है. Anyhow, I will say actually we are here to help you. Yeah. Don't
Thank you
worry.
so much, sir.
Yep. All right. So a little bit about me. I'm senior user experience designer at Wavemaker. So Wavemaker is a low-code platform which is used to build application for enterprise-grade applications, actually. So I'm leading the innovation part over there right now, and I have very keen interest in the visual aspect of the design, because I think it's the ultimate deliverable, right? Whatever you talk about, whatever your philosophies are, but ultimately the end goal is that deliverable, right? That's what would be built and people will interact with. So yeah, that's the main reason. I've also started as a graphic designer. Initially, I worked in graphic for a year, but then I moved to the UX UI design. All right. So let's move to the UI design. So basically, these are few of the things which we'll talk about today, right? So what is UI design? What is UI even before the UI design? How to get 100x better at UI design? Why your designs are looking like crap right now? And how that crap itself will make you a great designer. Okay. Yeah. I can actually relate with it. My designs used to like a lot like crap because graphic is very different from UI. I think people who are coming from graphic, they might understand that UI is not same as graphic. So, but ultimately, once you understand the core concepts of graphic, you can easily apply them into the UI. All right. So, moving to what is UI design. So, anybody, you can turn on your mic and you can tell me what is UI design. Whatever you understand from UI design. Anyone? Aishwarya? Sanika?
So
User
UI
interface.
It's
design.
about the layout of. I'm just putting in front what comes in mind, just like that. So it's the layout of the product. It can be website or an app or a new product. It could be for for the glasses, for the Apple glasses or whatever. But it's the layout of the product. How the interface should look like. Where should go where? Which can be on hierarchies or the color hierarchies, visual hierarchies, and all that stuff. So that is UI design in my perspective.
Cool. Sanika?
So as Aishwarya said, that is very true. So interface is basically everything which is seen on the digital screen. And what is the final product of what is the final visual aid for the product to work? So for me, that's UI.
Okay. Hey, Shah, man, would you like to give it a try? Because you have been building a lot of websites nowadays.
Yes, sir. As we take an example of desktop, our how is looking and how it can easily we can see and how we can use it.
Okay. Cool. So before even we talk about the UI design, the first thing which comes into the mind, because these are two different terms, right? UI is a separate thing and design is a separate thing. So let's talk about what is UI, right? So anybody can tell me what exactly is UI?
User interface.
Okay, what can you explain a little bit? What is user interface?
Hi, Kuldeep.
Hey Nandini.
Hi. So, user interface is the user perspective about the product, like how we are connecting with the user. So, whatever the user is seeing, that is UI.
Okay. Whatever user sees is what UI. Right. Definitely. Anybody else want to give it a go? A design which interacts with the end user. But usually designs do not interact with the user. User interacts with the design. But yeah, that's also fine.
Kuldeep, one more thing.
Yeah.
UI means user what see and perceive.
Okay. What user sees and perceives.
Yeah, it's a very important part of in UI.
Okay.
And also representing the graphical data on UI.
Graphical data on UI. Okay. So let's jump into the basic definition of user interface. Basically, previously we did not have a graphical user interface. People used to code, and then that was the only thing machine used to understand, right? Machine cannot understand the user graphical interface. That's why we came with this concept of graphical user interface, which a normal user can also interact with. So basically, user interface is a point of interaction between a machine and a man, or a human, or a user, right? Because currently, if you see, you cannot directly interact with code. As Hikin Shah also said, that sir, I do not have interest in coding. Most of us do not have background in coding also. If we talk about the normal users, even our parents, they are able to use WhatsApp right now. That's only because of the user interface which is provided to them, right? So basically, user interface enables anybody to interact or communicate with the machine which is in the backend. Okay. Any questions still here? Are we clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Cool. I'll move ahead. So nowadays there are a lot of different type of user interfaces. So we have been only talking about these user interfaces, right? The website, the mobile application, the tab, all those things. But AR/VR is also a type of user interface, which will come into picture very soon, right? Those glasses are there. The second thing is voice-based UI. That's also a type of UI. But today we'll focus on the visual aspect of everything, which is the website applications. Okay. Now moving to the next thing, what is UI design? As most of you said, it's correct. It's the design, it's the look, feel, and the interactivity of any digital product. Right? It depends on how exactly you want to interact with, how you want it to be perceived, right? This look and feel means that how would you like it to be perceived? Whether it's perceive is actually an umbrella term, which will consist of, look, feel, because a design can make you feel dumb also, right? There are few designs which you are not able to, do anything with, right? Some websites are really difficult. You are not able to use them. What they make you feel? They make you feel dumb. But that's not your problem. It's the website's problem, right? Most of the application, even IRCTC, if you think about IRCTC, it's such an hopeless application, right? There are a lot of colors, everything is there, and still most of the people are not able to use it. And I think most of us actually hates it, right? So feel is something which is inbound. Look is something which can be changed according to, let's say, if I want to design a product which is for late baby bloomers, okay? By baby bloomers, I mean our parents, right? So that look also should actually help them to navigate, to use that application. Like the font sizes should be bigger, right? Because most of our parents wear these specs, and most of the time they are just zooming into the things to view it. So how can we help them interact with the application? That's look, feel, and interactivity of any digital product. All right. Moving to the next thing, which is medium is more important than message. Anybody would want to talk about this? Like, please go ahead. Are there any thoughts around this? Medium is more important than message. Do you agree with this? Okay. Chandan, why do you agree with this? You have raised hand. Is this a question, or do you agree with this? Okay.
Chandan didn't agree. Maybe Ayush agrees.
I'm still wondering. I am not sure if medium is more important.
Okay. So let's talk about it. Why did I write this thing that medium is more important than message, right? You can think of two different, things. Let's say we talk about the Yahoo and we talk about the Google, right? Both of them were giving us mostly the same results. But what changed was the medium, right? How we perceive. So why medium is more important is because a medium can affect the message, can actually affect how the message is being perceived, right? And the impact on the users. So let's say there is some news in the TV, right? And my father doesn't like to watch NDTV because he is a pro Modi person. And then there is the same news on a different channel. He will agree with that other channel, but if the same news is being shown on NDTV, he won't agree. You see, the message is same, but what's different over here is the medium. So let's say if Sadhguru is saying something, I will definitely agree, but the same thing my friend is saying, I will say, no, you just go get lost, right? So this is how the medium becomes more important than the message. I'm not saying that message is not important, but mostly you see all the information is already present on the internet, right? We are starting this Unlearn course, right? What exactly we'll be doing is all the information which we'll be teaching in this course, it's already available on the internet. but how we are delivering it, right? And what's important, we will pick out the nitty-gritties. Okay, this is what we want to teach. So that's how the medium becomes more important than the message. We want the user to understand, imbibe, and respond. And that's what the UI is. UI is the medium. You see, same websites are there for different things, right? If I want to buy a product, there is Amazon, there is Flipkart. Even you can buy clothes on Amazon, Flipkart, and Myntra is also there, right? But what do I align with more, right? Amazon, what do I like about Amazon? Maybe Amazon has a good service. Maybe Amazon has a refund policy also, return policy, right? But ultimately, they are delivering the same thing, right? If I want to order something, I can order it from the Amazon as well as Flipkart. So UI has a very big impact on how we perceive things, right? Very large. It happens very subconsciously, but if you think about it, it has a very great impact on how we perceive things. Okay. Any questions over here?
Kuldeep, can you be a little more specific? Because when you talked about the example of a e-commerce website, right?
Mm-hmm.
They completely work on very different philosophy compared to Flipkart and Myntra. They are platforms. And Myntra is not a platform. They don't allow everybody to come join the bandwagon and start selling, right? They're completely a different thing. Plus, they have advantages on the website which drives, but from the UI perspective, if you ask me, I have talked with a lot of people and they want to change the Amazon UI. But Amazon says, no, this is what it is. We are not going to change it, right? But then the question arises, when you say medium is more important than the message, there are multiple mediums available, right? As you showed at the beginning. There are glasses, there are voice interactive. There may be something else also, which I'm not aware of as of now. It might come in future, right? Then there is a medium of interacting, maybe a medium on a phone. On a screen size also the medium differs, right? Because the content which are displayed. So can you be a little more specific with some example where you can basically drive this idea?
Okay, let's talk about if we are talking in terms of UI, let's talk about the UI. Okay, so currently you see as I have taken the example of Google and Yahoo, right? Yahoo was all cluttered and Google is not at all cluttered, right? Basically, but the ultimate information which they are providing me after the search results, right? If we don't think of the SEO and all those aspects, people still preferred Google when Google's search engine optimization was not that good, right? Yahoo was already there in the market for so long. Google just came in and then it became the hit, right? Because how people are perceiving the UI. Basically, why does Amazon doesn't want to change the UI? If you'll go into the depth of it, you'll understand because people understand that UI is not about look, as I already said, it's also about the feel. It's also about the feel.
Exactly.
Amazon doesn't make me feel dumb. It makes me feel, empowered. I can make decisions. It's helping me at every bit. Not a single piece of information is missing from Amazon website. That's why I order from Amazon, right? So I align with it. There is Uber and Ola, right? So why I choose Uber over Ola? So it has an international sort of marketing which they did for Uber. There are a lot other aspects of it which are from the experience side of it. Let's say Uber people do not cancel more, Ola people cancel more. There can be price also, but in my mobile there is only Uber, right? Spotify and Ghana.com, they both provide songs, right? What's the difference? It's the medium, right? You can even listen to songs on YouTube. Why don't you go ahead? Why do you download Spotify? Why do you download Ghana.com? Yeah. You're on mute, Mrinal.
Sorry, Kuldeep. So just to add, is that the familiarity with the product also allows the UX to be in a place which doesn't allow that people understand it for quite certain time, right? They don't want to change. Is that also an effect?
Yeah. People always oppose the change, man.
Okay.
Yeah. People don't want change. That's why Amazon is keeping that same UI. It's been so long, right? Everybody has been talking about changing the Amazon UI. People are even writing case studies about it.
Yeah, I read few days. That's the reason I said.
Yeah, right.
Thanks, Kuldeep.
Cool, Mrinal. Anybody? Any questions?
Yeah. Yeah. Here, when we were actually talking about the products, we were also talking about the services that were included, right?
Yeah.
So doesn't that change with the design language for the UI, like the actual end result that is seen?
That whole product is a medium, right? It's a bundle of experience in the UI, everything, right? So like I have taken the example of songs, right? You can listen to the same song on Ghana.com also. Why you're not doing that, right? Yeah. So I would say that people separating UI and UX is the first problem, right? UI and UX goes hand in hand. They are not two different things. They are a single thing, right? Ultimate delivery would be UI, which someone will use, which has UX in it. So doing two different things, okay, I'm only a UX designer and I'm only a UI designer, it doesn't make sense to me. We all are product designers, right? So yeah, that's my philosophy. Maybe some of you might disagree with it, that okay, UX should be done separately and UI should be done separately, but I don't think it will add much value, right? Okay, let's move to the next one. So now this main question which comes is, how can you become 100x better at UI design, right? So currently your design look crap, right? But the scrap itself can make your designs go good. And how would that be? So crap means contrast, repetition, alignment, and proximity. There are a lot of UI design or visual design rules, but these four, if we can only focus on these four, I think that will make your design go 100x better, right? So we will talk about it, but firstly I would like to know from your side, what do you understand by these terms? Contrast. Shashikant?
I think we are following the brand guidelines, color codes, right? Style guide.
Okay.
Like, yeah, that's it.
Seneca?
I guess contrast means opposite, maybe a color wise or size wise or
Maybe the
placement wise.
disparity. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Okay. So contrast occurs when the visual elements placed together closely, but they are noticeably different from each other, right? That's what brings the contrast between two elements, right? One element is there. If all the text sizes in an applications are same, then it won't establish any visual hierarchy in that application. So that's why some things needs to be bigger, something needs to be smaller, something needs to be in some shape, something needs to be in some other shape, right? So that's what contrast is. So as you can see over here, these are two contrasting things. Even these are three contrasting things, right? So contrast can be in terms of the sizes, in terms of the color, in terms of the shape. Okay. Any questions over here? All right. Look, I'll move to the next one, which is repetition. So anybody would like to give it a go? What exactly repetition means?
If you repeat the certain elements again and again, so that's repetition.
Can you come again?
If we repeat a certain element or something like that again and again, so that's repetition. To make a harmonized design.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Right. Aishwarya?
Something that occurs more than once, but I mean, the still makes sense even after occurring more than once.
Okay. Shikha is writing patterns. Yeah, like everyone is right. So basically, repetition establishes a sort of grouping in between the elements, and it also promotes the visual hierarchy and also a rhythm, right? If we are if I'm using one size of element for specific type of object, if I'll repeat it in all the places, people will understand, okay, oh, this is that element, even without reading it. So that recall happens, right? I don't have to remember, oh, this was that recall, which automatically happens. So this is also another, law of or principle of the visual perception, which is repetition. So if you see the side grids, all of them are repeated, right? So I can understand over here easily in the Google chat, Google Meet itself, that okay, these are the different people over here, and on the right hand side, you see this is contrast. So in any design, if you'll break it down, you can break it down into these four: contrast, repetition, alignment, and proximity. Now move to the alignment part. Yeah, go ahead, Shashika.
Kuldeep, lots of time means every time we are am following, or lots of people are following grid system. Okay, for alignment. Yes, okay. Like sometime we are using creating the cards, also using the radius. Okay, so alignment is important. Okay, so I'm using grid system for desktop view. All responsive desktop, iPad, mobile. Okay, all devices responsive. So I'm using the in grid system for desktop using 12 columns. Okay, 12, and mobile application using the 6 columns, and also so I'm using grid system for alignment.
Okay. Anybody else want to tell me more about the alignment?
Positioning of elements based on their environment might refer to alignment.
Okay. Cool. So alignment is how you align some things with another things, right? So there can be a lot of horizontal alignments, right? But there should be very less vertical alignments in any given design. You see, the more vertical alignments would be there, it would be very difficult for me to go through that website or even through that application. So that's why we keep the alignment mostly onto, very less vertically aligned elements. So if you'll take any example of any good website, Shashikant, if you are speaking, are you saying something? Okay, cool. All right. So the last thing is proximity. So as you can see from this diagram, proximity is how I group the element according to their, how near the element is each other and how it would be perceived as a group. So if you have seen that FedEx logo, right? Have anybody seen FedEx logo? That there is that arrow which comes from the negative space over there, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's proximity, right? Proximity is also if few elements are close together, then they are perceived as a group. Okay. Any questions still here, guys?
Kuldeep, can you repeat please again? I didn't get it. Proximity.
Proximity is when elements are close together, they are perceived as a group. As simple as that. Okay. Right? So if you'll see in Google Meet window itself, on the left hand side, all the people are close to each other, right?
Okay.
So these are grouped, right? If you'll see in any website, and even in the bottom, you see all the buttons are grouped together. So they are perceived as, okay, these buttons will give me something. Right? So this is proximity. Whatever works alike can be grouped together. Okay. All right. So let's do some crap actually, because UI design without actually doing it makes no sense. All right. So let me share my screen again. I'll stop presenting.
I mean, is this reaction only for me, or I mean everyone can use it? Because my pagalo ka reactor from us.
I can use it. I don't know about if others can.
Okay, all right. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Cool, cool. So we'll apply the contrast, whatever we have learned till now, that graph concept over here, and we'll see how it makes your design 100x better. All right. So let's start from here. You see, first thing I don't like over here is these things do not have contrast with each other, right? They are, I don't know like where should my focus should go, right? So the simplest thing which I can do is I can make this bigger and a bit bolder. Okay. So this is one type of contrast, right? We have talked about the contrast in size. So this is contrast in size. Okay. Now I can also make it stand out more, because stand out is more of the value proposition of what the Unlearn is providing. So what I can do over here is simply go here, choose this, and stand out. See, now it's standing out from the crowd. Okay. Over here, as you can see, this is already 20. So we can keep it as it is. And now you apply. This image is too small to grab my attention. So if I can make this, so to add a bit of contrast over here also, I can make this image a bit bigger. Yeah. So now you can see, right? If I go back and we compare this with our original design, sorry for this is how our design was looking previously. And this is how it looks now. You see, I feel there is already a lot of difference between the elements, right?
Yeah.
This is just contrast. We have not applied even the second one over here, right? Though the things are a bit aligned over here, but the alignment can become much better over here. Okay. So the first principle we are done with, which is contrast. So over here we have talked about different type of contrast. First is size. The second is color. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, moving to the next thing, which is repetition, right? So what repetition we have talked about? We have talked about that repetition also provides a sort of grouping, right? If we use the repeated elements in the design, they tend to, work together, and also they would promote the recall. Okay. Now you can see these are, let's say these are some of the instructors which we have. Okay. Over here we have already done the contrasting. So get access to top designers, it's already a bit contrasting. I can make this more contrasty by adding just a pinch of yellow color, which I can do it from here. Okay. Now, Josh Lee, let's make a good card first. Okay. So I'll move out of this. Industry expert in product management will be teaching with us. See, they're already repeated. See, there is a bit of coherence. There is a bit of rhythm which is going on now, right? If we put all of them in the same thing, then automatically it becomes 100x better than what it was. And same with Rohan Patel. I don't know why Rohan came up with this name of Rohan Patel. He's a bit weird person. Okay, Rohan Patel, VP of Design, Doordarshan.
DoorDash, I think.
DoorDash.
Thank God it's DoorDash. All right. So again, you can see we went from a crappy design by using that same crap system to a 100x better design. What do you guys think? All right. So over here, we have used the other principles also, right? I have aligned the things with the image properly, right? They are all left aligned. Okay. So alignment over here is working very finely. So if I'll put, this is what the alignment is, looks like, right? So this is aligned. The top is aligned with everything. Same goes with the content inside the card, right? Okay. So whenever you can, you should reduce the number of the vertical alignments. Okay. Over here, there are 4 vertical, but because there is no information on this page, that's why it's working. If there had been more information, then I will have to think that, okay, how can I reduce the number of vertical excesses? All right. Now the last thing which remains is grouping, right? So if we come back to this design over here, you see these are approximately, they are close together. That's why they are working together. If it had been like this, right, I won't understand, okay, these are connected with each other and these are navigational menus. Okay, they were working because they were close to each other in a single proximity. Same goes with this thing. If my design looks like this, then I don't know what element is talking to which thing, right? So they should be close to each other to be called as a group, right? If I can move this a little bit more towards this side. Okay. Yeah. So this is what proximity is. All right. Any questions, guys?
No.
Can we compare before and after once, if that's possible?
Yeah, sure. So this is what our original design looked like without applying that crap principle, and this is what it looks like now. Same goes with this thing.
Kuldeep, if we are using a proper grid system, so all things are covered in grids, right?
Yeah, yep. Proper grid system, you see, even on grids here, there are a lot of grids in the grid system also. If you'll see, in website, it's a 12-column grid. It's not necessary that I need to use all the 12 columns. So what I am saying is reduce the number of vertical excesses. Okay. Yeah, okay. Using grid system is always helpful, right?
Yeah, it's depend on our how we can use it. Okay, it's a depend on size. It's and lots of people using 10, 12 grids. Okay, for it's depend on.
Yeah, yeah. Any other questions, guys?
Sumant has a question, I think.
Yeah, Sumant, you have just written question.
Kuldeep, my just personal request is, can I accept lots of thing on UX, not only UI.
I did not get your point, Shashika.
Actually, I'm okay, no issue. But personally, my request is, can I accept the lots of thing on UX part?
Are you expecting that UX would be taught
Yes,
in this
yes.
class? So basically, this was specifically for UI. The UX
Yeah.
we did use. Yeah, but a lot of UX in Unlearn course, there is actually equal balance of UX and UI. There is no UX without UI, as I have already talked about it.
Yeah, I know.
Right. So UX is what drives the UI, but yeah. So they go hand in hand. So we'll talk about UX and UI both, problem solving skills as well as
Yes.
how to define, how to ideate.
Yes.
All right.
Kuldeep, one question from Sumant. Don't you think AI will do all these design stuff in future? What are your thoughts?
No.
I think AI will do a lot of things, but the exact problem solving AI won't be able to. There are always new types of layout required to address new type of problems, right? I don't think UI is just design. I think UI is art, right? You have some sort of personality in UI which you want to come up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So AI in near future, in 5 to 10 years, I don't see it totally replacing the UI part of it. But yeah, it will significantly help designing better products. AI, don't think of AI as a competitor, right? AI is a tool to help you out there. It will make everything easier and better. UX UI bye. Yeah, definitely Shikha, UX UI bye. Okay, so now what are the other things which are required to make your UI better? Right? First is taste. We have already talked about this in the previous session, that unless you have a good taste, you cannot create something which is really good. So you need to continuously develop that taste. You see, you need to interact with new website, new type of approaches, good websites which are industry standard websites. There are a lot of websites. There is award.com. You can go to that. You can see what's going in the industry right now, what type of websites people are liking, right? So you need to continuously improve your taste, right? Second thing is UI is very intentional. People don't talk about it, but there is not a single pixel on the screen which is without my intention. It's just there of no use. So every element or every pixel on my design should have an intention behind it. Okay.
I think Kuldeep, we lost Kuldeep, right? But none the way. Anyone of you who joined the last session, you would get the reference of HST.
This is my first session.
Okay. I mean, so the last session is also on YouTube, so you'll get that. So HST means Harsham Tequila. And that's very, very important for if you want to, excel into a design.
What is the channel name?
HST, Harsham Tequila. Yeah, Nandini said it right. So it's honesty, storytelling, and taste. These three are very important things in design. I'll just check up with Kuldeep. Give me a sec.
Hi guys, really sorry, but there is a power cut because of rain.
No worries. Kuldeep, should I present my screen or you'll be able to?
Yeah. Please go ahead, Rohan.
Give me a sec.
Yeah, so before I left, we were talking about the intention, right? So the next thing I would want to talk about is iteration, right? UI, there is not a, you cannot get your UI design right in just a single shot. You need to prepare iterations, do a lot of iterations, right? UI and UX both, they require a lot of iterations. You need to talk to user, come back, iterate it more, because ultimately the intent will drive the iteration, right? So you need to be very clear whether what's your intent. And finally, we often use the lorem ipsum. So instead, if we can start using the real data in the applications, that would really have a tremendous effect on the UI design itself, because then we understand the data and how it would be used. So someone asked me, right, about AI, right? AI can help you define that new or real data. You don't need to use lorem ipsum anymore. So practice a lot, iterate a lot, and take inspiration whenever you can. I end my session over here. Rohan?
Yep. Give me
Yeah,
a sec.
handing it over to you.
No worries. Light बहुत अच्छे time पे गई है. No worries.
Thank God.
Great. All right. So yeah. So we do the session Unlearn live every Saturday. If this was Sunday because Kuldeep had to travel, but every Saturday 9 p.m. we do Unlearn live. So if you're looking for sessions like this, join in. And if you are really someone who's trying to get started in design, let's say you want to build a great career in design and want to join some great startups and tech companies, we are doing a cohort, Unlearn Design, that's starting on 12th February. We only select a handful of people because we want to select the best people who have the capability to become a great designer and then help them get into these top companies, right? So that's the motto for Unlearn Design. So we are starting this cohort very soon. If you want to join in, the link should be there. I think it's unlearn.com/design/apply. Just
So,
go
Rohan, every Saturday, same time or Sunday, same time?
Saturday.
Same time, 9 to 10 p.m.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the thing. One thing that you should be noticing about Unlearn product is that each one of our alum is currently working in top tech companies. So there is no one who is not without a job after doing Unlearn product, right? So that is one thing that is very important. And second thing is we are on a lookout. So if you are really hungry for design and if you want to get into design and do some really great, build some really great product, I would say this is what you should be doing, right? And then make a journey. So see these 3 months as a transition that you're making from, let's say, a graphic or somewhere normal company to accelerating your career to let's say a top tech company, let's say Adobe or let's say Zepto or Blinkit, the product that you use every day, right? So those companies. And yeah, if you have any questions about the program, feel free to reach out to me. Kuldeep is not able to take in the questions, but I can help you with that. But if you have any questions to Kuldeep as well, so Kuldeep is one of the program directors of the cohort. So feel free to ask right now, or else we'll take a leave. Sumant, it is not free. Nothing comes free. So it is paid. It gives you so much access. So yeah, it comes with a good fees. Anyone else who has a question? One more thing, all these slides were made on Figma. So if you really want to get good at Figma as well, so that's one more that you will get as well. So what's the
Rohan, can I accept the lots of part in the next, not recent, but next month or about UX part, not only UI?
So this is a mixture of UI and UX, as Kuldeep said, right?
Okay.
So what you will expect is after this cohort, you'll be a great product designer that has great UI and UX skills both. So you'll just not be working on one. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else who has a question? So someone asked about the fees. So the fees is 59,900 rupees. So you can opt for EMIs if you want, but that's the fees right now for the cohort. Anyone else who has a question? If not,
it's a 3 month. It's a 3 month program, guys.
Yeah.
Which will take you in the depth of both, right? UX and UI. So both the program directors, including me, we are both coming from the non-design background, and we know how difficult is it to get into design, right? So perceiving design as easy is, people might think that design is easy, but definitely it is not, right? You are the one who is the flag barrier for most of the products. So yeah, it's a 3 month long cohort where we will go into the depth of each and everything, including your resume, portfolio.
and helping you get a job, man. So this is what we have done so far. At the end of the day, you have to get a job, right? That pays you well. And what I'll tell you is this: if you invest this 60,000, you'll be getting 3x or 2x of what you're investing in 3 months in a month. That's right. We have seen people getting 5x salary as well, and that is for a fact. We have a lot of alums who know that right here as well. So it's about, if you're investing something, the return is substantial, right? You cannot get that return anywhere else, and I can tell you upfront, go there anywhere else, and if you get this return, I can promise you you won't get it. So what should I say? But yeah, we have some questions from Hate. Any discount scholarship? We do have one scholarship for women. So if you are a woman, you get 5,000 rupees discount. That's because we want to promote some women in design. If you're a student, we can work on that as well. But apart from that, we don't give discounts. So that's one thing. How many sessions in a week? Kuldeep, I think it's 2 to 3 sessions, right? Every week?
Yeah. 2 sessions and take home assignments, right? Which we can discuss on the whenever we meet next.
2 sessions plus 1 AMA in every week,
Yeah.
right? So you'll be having head of products, director of products, VP design from various companies from India as well as global startups who will be coming in, giving their talk. You can talk to them, ask questions, so you get access to that. Plus you get access to so many startups directly from the instructors and directors of the program as well, right? So that's what we get. And yeah, any else question? If you have, feel free to let me know, or feel free to ask Kuldeep. I think not really. So amazing. Thank you so much everyone for joining in. I hope, and Kuldeep hopes, because we can't see Kuldeep, that you had a great time. You learned something. You'll be carrying on this craft thing later as well. If you really liked it, just give us a shout out on LinkedIn or Twitter. Just talk about what you learned, what you did, and it'll just help us keep doing this. Gives us the motivation to keep doing this as well in the future as well, right? Because to prepare this 1 hour, we had to take 10 hours of the preparation that goes in, and then we have to deliver in an hour. So if you talk about us, that'll be really sweet. And Shashikant, you have a question?
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Shashikant. Thank you so much, Sanika, Aishwarya, Nandini.
Thank you, Kuldeep. Thank you, Rohan.
Thank you,
so much.
everyone. It was really nice
Thank you so
interacting with you.
much. It was a great
Yeah.
session.
Take care.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye. All right.